Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. If you haven't seen any of my 5.56 testing as of late, I picked up a 7.5 inch and 10.5 inch upper and pistol lower from Palmetto State Armory. Let's throw these guys on the table and take a look at them. I'd gotten a lot of requests over the years of ammunition testing to encompass as many barrel lengths as possible in 5.56. I had the M85 PAP, and while it served the 10.5 inch barrel length roll, it threw brass all over, had crappy iron sights on it, and had no way of using it for any of our suppressor testing. About 6 months ago, I'd gotten a hold of Josiah at Palmetto State Armory and asked them about donating a pistol and 2 uppers for our continued ammo and suppressor testing. They were happy to help, and we were sent the 7.5 inch and 10.5 inch upper and this pistol lower with the Shockwave blade brace on there. The 7.5 inch upper sports a heavy profile 5.56 chamber 1-in-7 twist barrel made from 4150 CMV steel, has a phosphate finish with 1/2 inch by 28 threads, and a standard A2 flash hider. We have an M4 barrel extension. The upper is 7075 T6A3. We have the Palmetto State Armory M-Lock 7-inch free float rail. Bolt is mil-spec Carpenter 158 steel. Bolt carrier profile is full auto and chrome lined inside. Weight on the 7.5 inch upper as seen is 3 pounds, 4.5 ounces. The 10.5 inch upper sports pretty much the same specs as above, except with an A2 barrel profile and a 9-inch M-Lock rail. You know, a little bit of different design details about the different 2 rails here. As shown, this 10.5 inch upper weighs 3 pounds, 10.3 ounces. The lower is 7075 T6 forged, sporting a Magpul trigger guard and grip, the KAK blade brace. It did have a standard mil-spec trigger in it. We've replaced that, and is marked multi for caliber, if you can see that in the camera. Since I plan to use these uppers for ammo tests and suppressor videos, I figured this would give us a good idea of reliability. I've done minimal cleaning on the units over the last 6 months and have mixed all sorts of ammo from them, from steel to brass case, back to steel, back to brass. I do occasionally oil the bolt carrier group, but so far both uppers have run everything I've put through them. Both exhibit the typical blowback with suppressor use. Right-handed use is always better than left when it comes to shooting a suppressed AR, at least from the right-hand side eject. One thing I want to touch on in a market with limitless ARs is build quality. Finish is excellent on the uppers and lowers. I do detect a tooling mark on the 7.5 inch rail right here where the rail screws are, but unsure if that's intentional or not. You'll notice on the 10.5 inch rail there is no such tooling mark there. Both bolt carrier groups have nicely staked gas carriers. Uppers fit the lower very snug with very little side-to-side shift. Good barrel threads, and I have had no issues mounting suppressors or other brakes and flash hiders to either the 7.5 inch or 10.5 inch upper. If I were to pick on anything, it would have to be the included mil-spec trigger. It broke at almost 8 pounds and wasn't smooth at all. However, being ARs or adult Legos, I swapped in the AIM SS TAT single stage trigger, 3.5 pound brake, and is very nice. One other minor complaint would be that the grip screw was just finger tight, and I did have to tighten the buffer tube nut a little more. I definitely like to thank Palmetto State Armory for providing these uppers and lowers. You all don't need the sob story from me, but most of what I do here is self-funded. I try to provide as much information as possible when I do tests to help someone aid in their purchase of an item. When a manufacturer steps up to the plate to help out and they sell a quality product, I like to recognize them as much as possible. As always, I'll put their link in the description below. Well, lately I've been putting a Patreon link in the description that will then take you to the manufacturer retailer site to throw off the YouTube communist. I'd like to thank my few Patreon supporters as well, and you all for watching. Until next time, catch you at the range.